You did the one thing, Joey, that you must never, ever, ever do under any circumstance. You apologized. You validated the performative, fake, manipulative outrage of these cry bullies by kneeling before them and bowing your head in submission. You gave them what they want.
Again, fold like a fucking lawn chair when you get a tiny bit of pushback and tiny bit of criticism. Welcome back to American Thor, everybody. And the internet's been absolutely ablaze in the last 24 hours because of fitness influencer and bodybuilder Joey Swole, who had the audacity to dress up in a Hulk Hogan costume to go to the gym in honor of Hulk Hogan passing away a few days ago. Man, wow. Now, we've covered a lot of really weak men on this channel. Sometimes they come in the form of steroid-filled, juice to the gills, fake alpha males, and sometimes they come in the form of steroid-filled, juice to the gills, cowards like Joey Swole. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel. Let's jump into it and talk about it, all right? So what happened? Yes, so Joey Swole, fitness influencer, he decided he was going to dress up as Hulk Hogan, go to the gym, take some pictures in honor of Hulk Hogan passing away. Seems pretty harmless at first, but no. The woke mob came for him. Why? Because Hulk Hogan was a terrible person and an absolute racist. Now, what Joey failed to realize is that had he just decided to not respond to these stupid comments, move on with his life, and continue doing normal content, it would have been gone in 24 hours. Out of the social media cycle, nobody would have cared, but he did the one thing you can never do. And he tried to put out initially a rebuttal video, which we'll watch here in a second, that made things 1,000 times worse. Okay, so again, after he got all this backlash for dressing up as Hulk Hogan, he decides this is a good idea.
And he did a live as well, and he says a racial term like an asshole, didn't realize it was a bad thing to say, and he took even more heat.
Listen, I can post Hulk Hogan if I want to. Just because somebody makes a mistake in their life doesn't mean that they haven't done good things. I don't know what he did, and he said something 20 years ago and apologized for it. If you're going to attack me, you better go after the colored athletes and the people that are black and minority that went and posted him as well. Okay, the man was nice to me. He made a mistake. I'm not God. People make mistakes in life. If you got a problem with that, look at yourself. There's not one single person in here that hasn't made a mistake in their life.
So in that pathetic attempt at a rebuttal towards the people that were coming after him, he actually makes things 1,000 times worse for himself. So here's how this should have looked, guys. Here's how you handle this type of thing. Here's what I would have done, and I'll say it because guess what? I was an 80s baby. I grew up watching wrestling. Hulk Hogan was my favorite wrestler. Hulk Hogan is an American icon, whether you like it or not. Whether you don't like his personal life or things he said doesn't change anything. I was a huge fan of Hulk Hogan. And guess what, everybody watching this? If you don't like that, go fuck yourself. See? And nobody can cancel me because of that, because I don't care. So sorry, Joey. Big whoopsie. But this is not where it ended for giant pussy Joey Swole. He decides he gets obviously even more backlash following those comments, and then he really comes out begging for forgiveness.
I owe my followers, my community, and all of social media an apology.
No, you don't, dude. You don't. You didn't. That's the worst thing you could have ever done. Should have shut your mouth.
A few days ago, I reposted an old video of me in the gym wearing a Hulk Hogan Halloween costume on the day that he passed. Last night in my live stream, a lot of people expressed how upset and frustrated they were with me that I had posted that. And
tell them to go fuck themselves.
instead of listening and understanding like I should have, I became defensive and said that I was posting to celebrate the wrestling icon, the person that so many of us looked up to as kids that we grew up with, that made us tear our shirts and take our vitamins and say our prayers. I didn't know to the extent of all the horrible things that he had done. Since last night, I have done a lot of research, talked to a few people, and learned all of the horrible, horrible things that that man has done.
So now he's just disparaging the dead, because Hulk Hogan can't come out and rebuttal anything because, again, he passed away. This is the one thing you never do. So, again, continues to just make things even worse for himself, because now, of course, the woke left, they don't care about any apologies. That's not what they're after. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about here in a second. And now the right, people like me, are just going to call you a huge coward and a huge bitch, because that's what you are. Because again, here's the thing. He put out this rebuttal apology like, oh, I'm so sorry for being so a misunderstanding about how everybody feels. Okay, well then guess what? Let me show you this.
Media and apology.
Joey. I have to stitch this. I have notes. I was writing down what you were saying. You also had notes. I could tell you were looking down at something you had to write. A lot of people have to read their apologies. So anyways, that being said, I watched through your video a few times because I really wanted to take the time to dissect it. And hopefully you're actually willing to watch this video. I may come across a little harsh. Okay. But hopefully you'll take the time to watch this video to educate yourself and to understand why this apology is still not sufficient.
There it is, guys.
And why
Okay,
you
there
do
you
need-
go. From the woke mob right there. Why your apology is still not sufficient. She goes on for another 10 minutes, 10-minute diatribe about how the apology isn't good enough and how what a terrible person he is and yada, yada, yada. That's after all of his apologies. Because again, they don't give a shit about your apology. As Matt Walsh said at the start of this video, it's the one thing you can never do in the culture war. Because guess what? Now you're canceled by both sides. And so now he's been canceled by the woke left. Ooh, no. Just like, guys, a perfect example of this is American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney. They're trying to cancel Sydney Sweeney, which is not working at all. And not only that, American Eagle, this is American Eagle's response to the criticism. Oh, sorry, we didn't realize how big her tits were. Amazing. This is how you handle this shit. And guess what? American Eagle's stock price going straight up because of it. So no, the woke can't cancel anybody anymore, Joey. That's what's so crazy about this. But this guy, the thing is about this guy, and it shouldn't be surprising, right, is he's actually a massive, massive narcissist, right? Because we got to look at this final post that he put out about how he's quitting social media. And look what he had to say, because, oh my God, it's cringe. All right, so here we go. He says, all the good I've done, all the people I've helped, all for nothing. I truly hope all the people I've inspired to do great things in their life and pay it forward to help others can carry on my message. Dude, what a absolute narcissistic, insanely arrogant thing to say. All the good I've done, all the people I've helped. Dude, you don't get to say that about yourself. Right? Then he carries on. But no matter how much good you do, people will just wait for a reason to hate you or tear you down. And then the most cringe shit in the entire world. You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. My Batman. Thank you for the support. I'm done. And he decides, I'm quitting social media. But no, he's not quitting social media because, again, he's a textbook fucking narcissist. He will be back within a couple days with some type of other bullshit apology. Who knows how he's going to try to spin it. And he'll be just fine, guys. He's got enough supporters, but he's always going to have this now attached to his brand. Joey Swole, giant muscles, huge pussy. All right, some final thoughts. Now, if you're like Joey Swole and your whole, again, shtick and gimmick is, you know, shaming people on the internet and talking shit about people on the internet, which is completely fine. I don't have a problem with that. We trash people on the show here. You got to be able to receive it as well. Not just, again, fold like a fucking lawn chair when you get a tiny bit of pushback and tiny bit of criticism. Because my God, how soft and emotionally weak this dude is absolutely crazy. And it's a great lesson learned for everybody out there, right? If you want to like Hulk Hogan, regardless of his personal transgressions, you can do that. Who gives a shit? You don't have to kowtow to anybody ever. Okay. So again, I thought we had all learned this after going through 2020 to 2024, right? And we've moved out of that where woke is dead. But no, unfortunately, not for Joey Swole, as he is now, again, nuked his entire brand known as Joey the Coward Swole. So that's it for this one. Oh, I think we're going to talk about Sydney Sweeney being canceled by the left in the next video because that's an interesting one as well. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Catch you on the next one.